Today I have an update from a Danaan High Commander of the battle station Excelsior about medbeds. She even gives a clue about the holdup with the beds and what we can do to move the process along. This information comes from Elena Danaan, who I've talked about before. She's got an excellent information portal for all things extraterrestrial, and I will link it in the description. Elena does not channel these communications but receives them via physical encounters or technological means. I apologize. The information came December 11th, 2023, and I just saw it. The High Commander Ardaana transmitted several things. First, she confirmed that there are new medical technologies due to be implemented on Earth, Terra as she refers to us. Concerns about deceptive information were conveyed. Let me take a minute to ask you to share, like, and subscribe this video. If you enjoy, and if you want to support the channel, consider leaving a super thanks. Your contribution helps me create more great content for you. Thank you. The second thing of note is that Ardaana mentioned that medbeds would be implemented in public medical centers such as hospitals, which clarifies that aspect. Although, I believe that the extraterrestrials will have a much diminished role in administration, especially after we have shifted into new dimensional thought. The next part of the transmission is what I want people to understand, and it's that the release of the medbeds would be withheld and their release will be pended until certain influential corporations are no longer in power. This is something that we've talked about several times. Neither Donald Trump, the military, or the Global Alliance are holding this medical technology back from us. They all want to move on with this transition as quickly as we do, but it goes much higher than that. If you haven't seen my video on Donald Trump's capitulation tour, please take a look. It provides the evidence that the United States is part of a global alliance to bring down the cabal, and it was negotiated by no other than the master dealmaker, President Donald J. Trump. And people say he did nothing. So sad, but he is working for a higher power. We must understand that these higher civilizations have been through this before and know what needs to be done to bring our world back to balance. They are patient and they are tolerant. They want to welcome us into the Galactic Federation of Worlds. It's up to us to clean up our house, and they are selflessly helping behind the scenes. Remember the movie, Men in Black? We are about to open the locker door and realize our insignificance in the universe. Those on the other side of the door know best, and I would hope that most people can understand that we simply can't allow these evil people that have been in power for so long to get control of such sophisticated technology. Remember that the evil ones could not only hurt people on Earth, but they would cause damage to peaceful beings across the cosmos if given access to off-world technologies. They must be eradicated first. I don't believe this is negotiable for the medbeds to come to Earth. There is no way that the universe can take that risk with these technologies. But watch on, because we will assess what has been done to rid the world of the corporations, as well as a backup plan if we are unable to rid the planet of the evil very soon. We must have faith. One thing we know the people of this world can do is have faith, because we've had it forever. So try to raise your vibration from anger, doubt, or disempowerment and have faith, hope, and anticipation at the very least. If you can become joyous, do it. It's my belief that we could be mentored by extraterrestrials around the same time or before the medbeds are released to assist us in our evolution. This means that alien disclosure and the medbeds will likely occur simultaneously or pretty close to each other. I don't know what will happen to those who are unable to be healed. I have also heard that some people are saying that these off-world medbeds cannot fix mental illness, and I would tend to disagree. Mental illness is a complex and multifaceted issue, and it can be brought on by numerous factors, according to our medical understanding at this point. So keep in mind that at least one type of medbed will use holographic technology that will make repairs to cells damaged going back to conception. Did you get that? It will repair what went wrong back to the meeting of the sperm and the egg. That pretty much covers everything. For instance, there can be structural abnormalities in the brain at birth, but it is more often caused by some sort of trauma or stress, so this is after conception. Neurotransmitters such as serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine are chemicals in the brain that play a role in regulating mood, emotions, and behavior. They become depleted and unbalanced, which can lead to mental health disorders like depression and anxiety. The repair goes back to before neuronal systems were even established in your body, so it's resolved. Among other things, unhealthy thought patterns can lead to such imbalance in the body, and I believe we will be retrained to establish healthy cognitive patterns, which is a natural result of elevated vibrational patterns. Patterns such as negative thought, maladaptive coping strategies, and cognitive distortions will become a thing of the past. Similarly, environmental factors such as drugs, food, and other toxins that contribute to brain dysfunction can be reversed. Even man-made vibrations that are damaging us will be eliminated. This isn't an easy task that is being done. With medbeds, healthy food, and no stress, the large majority of people should be able to easily recuperate from mental illness due to their environment. Social environments that contribute to mental health issues such as bullying, thoughtlessness, and unkindness will become a thing of the past for most of us. Poverty and unemployment will be a thing of the past. We are moving into the absolute best golden age of time, guys. This is so rare. If you haven't seen my video on the Hindu Yuga cycle, I'll link it in the description. So every one of those issues that cause mental illness in today's society is resolved. My understanding of the mechanism of action of these medbeds from very good sources is that they can heal the majority of mental illness. There is one genesis that I'm not clear on, which is genetic abnormalities. For decades, science has told us that mental illness such as schizophrenia. Today, they also link ADHD, autism, anxiety, major depressive illness, and bipolar disorders to potential genetic predispositions. But personally, I think this proposed connection is learned behavior other than inherited. But let's assume for the purpose of the medbed discussion that there is a genetic component. This creates a question for me regarding the beds that work on a scan back to conception because DNA is present at the moment of conception. Perhaps we'll get some guidance on this issue about genetically inherited diseases. Not to worry though, because it's my understanding that there are other technologies that can repair DNA damage regardless of its origin. But there was more in Ardaana's message. She also conveyed that there are frequency and quantum healing devices made by humans and that they are worth your attention. However, if they are advertising the word medbeds for money, she communicates that the technology that we will be receiving from the Federation is far superior, using holographic and frequency technology that humans have not been able to duplicate. She also cautions us against trying to develop it at this time. Ardaana assures us that we will receive them in time, which is great news for so many. She then communicates the priority, which is pretty much what we have heard in the past. First will be the younger humanitarians, then those needing genetic repair and catastrophic diseases. Diseases that will be erased from the planet for generations to come. Everyone will be healthy and will maintain youth. Having a home healing device will be as common as having a shower. Ardaana advises us to wake up every day with a smile on our face, thinking of the future of humanity. Let me give you a little about High Commander Ardaana's home, which is Taygeta in the Pleiadian system. Taygeta is believed to be home to an advanced extraterrestrial civilization known as the Pleiadians or Taygetans. These beings are highly evolved, spiritually advanced entities that are benevolent and possess a deep interest in the welfare of humanity. Yes, guys, it's not a stretch that there are beings that are much more advanced than those of us on planet Earth. The proof? Look at our world. People suffer through 80 years of abuse and then they transition out of this place. The Pleiadians are described as having a humanoid appearance with features that are reminiscent of Scandinavian people, including tall statures and fair complexions. According to Elena, the beautiful Ardaana is 6'2" and very beautiful like most humanoid ETs. They originate from the Taygeta star system in the Pleiades cluster and are said to be visiting Earth to aid in the planet's spiritual evolution and to guide humanity towards a more enlightened future. The goal is universal peace, love, and cosmic unity, suggesting that the Pleiadians have transcended many of the social and technological challenges faced by Earth and are eager to share their wisdom with humans. More specifically, Ardaana is said to come from the planet Era. I know that many of you want a time frame. The answer is that when the corporations, many banks, no longer have control over us, which is basically their control over our currency. The last 4 years have seen significant bankruptcies across various sectors. Companies have gone bankrupt, including Bed Bath & Beyond, Party City, Revlon, Pier 1 Imports, and Lord & Taylor, who closed all its stores. In the energy sector, Chesapeake Energy and Whiting Petroleum both went bankrupt in 2020. Banks, Signature Bank, First Republic Bank, and Silicon Valley Bank all collapsed in 2023. Metropolitan Life Insurance, or MetLife, is facing challenges, though it has not filed for bankruptcy. Lastly, travel and hospitality took a huge hit, with nearly every airline in trouble across the world, including Virgin Atlantic, Avianca, Aeromexico, Norwegian Air, South African Airways, and Philippine Airlines. Additionally, many airlines are still facing financial challenges, including Alitalia, Thai Airways, Malaysia Airlines, TAP Air Portugal, and the Lufthansa Group. American Airlines are even worse. Frontier Airlines and Spirit Airlines filed for bankruptcy. United Airlines, Delta Airlines, and American Airlines received government financial support. This is not even a full list. In general, 30 to 40% of retail has had financial problems, 40 to 50% of travel and hospitality, which includes the airlines. That's pretty high. In the energy sector, 25 to 35% have had financial issues. Banks did better than others so far, with about 15 to 25%. Tech is only down 10 to 20%. And of course, healthcare, aka Big Pharma, has weathered this the best, with only 10 to 15% of medical institutions having financial problems. I promised you a backup plan if the evil corporate structures are not completely eliminated. It sounds kind of scary, but we have to understand that our perception of intergalactic travel is very skewed and underestimated if given the right guidance. Plan B was covered or mentioned in a few videos, but it involves the current construction of a space station attached to the moon where people will be instantaneously transported to a Medbed administration site until the world is safe. This temporary Medbed hub is expected to be completed between November 2024 and November 2025. I will link this one in the description also. The point is that the Federation is trying very hard to help our planet. So corporations are going down, and many seizures have reportedly happened behind the scenes, like 650 plane loads of gold seized from the Vatican. If you haven't seen my most recent video, I'll link it. It's about where the financial markets are right now, how close we are to a currency crash, and what we can expect. The key is not necessarily how much money these corporations have, but how much power they have. So if the dollar collapses and new currencies become prominent, they will have lost their power for a very long time. Also, even if the currency reset doesn't occur, I have previously reported a communication to Elena from Danaan. The essence was that there is a space station being constructed for off-world administration if necessary, but everything possible is being done to get this life-changing technology to us. Please understand that we have messed this up pretty bad, and there are beings much smarter than us in which we must place our trust. There is no amount of pressure that will cause these beds to be released before the Earth is ready. While the military may be cooperating, higher intelligences are running the show regarding these technologies. Terra is going to ascend to new heights, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. There's also nothing we can do to make it happen sooner than we are ready. So please, keep your energy elevated. I know you are in need, but did you think this was possible 5 years ago? Be patient and be thankful. Thank you for watching. Until next time, prepare your spirit.